Hey everybody, it's Liz. Welcome in. If you are new here, thanks for stopping in. If you are one of my, I guess old subscribers, my past subscribers, thanks for coming back. It has been a whirlwind of a summer. We have been renovating our new cabin. And so that's taken up a lot of time this summer, and I've been away and that. And then we have also just last week had our son got married. So I was on the agenda doing stuff. And then I also in September needed to go back to New York. I am in Central Ohio, and I needed to go back to New York to be with my parents. And I was there for the month. So that was kind of my summer and early fall. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking around with me. I know I got a couple of new subscribers, I guess 3 new subscribers over this past 3 weeks. So I think the algorithm must have changed a little bit. So anyway, today, what we are doing is this little ephemera holder. Now, if you don't want to make this, these are going to be in my shop, hopefully by this weekend. If not this weekend, then early next week. But these are little ephemera holders. They have 2 pages, and they have 1, 2, 3 tuck spots and 2 belly bands. Okay, so here's, let's see, here's a belly band and another little pocket, and then pocket. So 1, 2, I guess 4 pockets. I missed this one. 4 pockets and 2 belly bands. And these are just stinking cute and so easy to do. And this is what we're going to do. I am going to link the person's video whom I got this idea from. She may better give you directions, better explain how to do this, but this is my take on it. I very loosely used her tutorial for this one, so this is my spin on it. And just to let you know, all the items that you're going to need, so all the supplies that you're going to need, and cutting directions and scoring, scoring measurements. Hello, I cannot think of that. Scoring measurements are going to be in the description box below. So this is just going to be quick. I'm going to set this one aside. I am going to show you this one, which is my prototype and has all my measurements on there, and I will show you that. So this one is my measurements, and this is what you're going to need. So here is what you are going to need. You're going to need coordinating papers if you do not have double-sided paper. And obviously this is Christmas because that's what I'm working on, but you do not have to do these Christmas. And these are great for Happy Mail and, you know, putting in your shop or whatever. These are just really cute. So I have coordinating paper. Mine is not double-sided. So with that, it is so much easier double-sided. I'm just going to put that out there. You are going to need 1 piece of 1 inch plus a little bit, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch more, just millimeters more on each side. Or, you know, just, I would say like 2 millimeters more. So like 1 inch and 2 millimeters. So that's that by 6 inches. So 1 inch and some by 6 inches. So we'll set that aside. And then if you do not have double-sided paper, you are going to need 4 3.5s. So 3.5s by 6s. So not double-sided paper. You're going to need 4 3.5 by 6s. Set those aside. You are going to need, if you have double-sided paper, once again, you are only going to need 1 12 by 12. Okay? Unless you want different papers. If you want different papers like these, even if they're double-sided, you are going to need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, the supply list, all the directions are going to be in the description box below. So, 2 6 by 6 sheets of paper, and then 1 6 by 12. Okay, so 1 6 by 12, 2 6 by 6s, 4 3.5 by 6s, and 1 1 inch and a little bit by 6. Okay, so let's set these aside, and you are going to need a scoring tool. Okay, a scoring tool. So mine happens to be big, so I'm hoping this is in the shot. I think it is. It's probably a little bit too big for the shot, but I wanted you to see this. I wanted to be up close. So what you are going to do, and let me get my little cheat sheet out. So you are going to score at, take your little folding tool, and don't be super overzealous with your pressing. So you are going to need to score it at 1.5. So 1.5. 6. And let me make sure. Let me look. Look at my little cheat sheet. I believe, yeah, 10.5. I was right. In my head, I was right. So 10.5. Okay. So I'm going to turn this over so you can see. You're going to score at 1.5, 6, and 10.5. Okay, so that's the first. That's the first. And then here's where I always screw up. So here's the thing. So you have these 2 pieces. These are non-directional, okay? If you have directional paper like Santa here, see, he's directional. Let me see if I can see how he needs to be upright. You are going to put him face down for this side. Okay. Face down for this side. See how my 2 inch and 5.5. So that's where you're going to score. You're going to put him face down. And then this one, you are going to put face up like this. If you have directional and one-sided paper. So, with that being said, you are going to score this first one at plain side up at 2 inches. And this is just the way my brain works, so there could be a totally easier way to do this. And you're going to score at 5.5. Okay, so 5.5. Okay, so 2 and 5.5. And I am going to mark that with, where's my pencil? I'm going to mark that with my pencil just here, I'm going to put a little yellow mark right on the inside. So this is number 1. So I just have to do that so I remember that that's the left side. So then this one is going to go this side up. And like I said, you're going to score at 1/2. At 1/2, and then you're going to score at 4 1/2. So if you have, like I said, if you have double-sided paper, this is not kind of going to be the way to do it. So just know your papers are going to be, and then this is number 2. Okay, so just know you're going to score at 1/2 and 4 1/2. And then this one is 1/2 and 4. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. That's all the scoring you need. That's it. That is the whole thing. So I'm going to get my other bone folder out here because this is the one. And then you're just going to burnish all these. Okay, so fold them in. Give them a good crease. Okay, you want a good crease on these. So I always do it this way just to make sure that this is in the middle. So, and then I fold it and meet these here and make sure that I did that right. Okay, let me make sure I did that right. So, and I did. So that measurement was okay. It's off by a little bit on this one. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay, so that's fine. So this is going to be my cover. So this is the cover. And there's your 2 pockets. And then we burnish. That's going to go aside. So we're going to burnish these. And this is number 1. And this gets, let's see, folded. This gets folded in. Okay. So this gets folded in. So you're going to, number 1, so the left side of your book gets folded in. Okay. So see how it is here. You got one this way and one this way. So folded in. And then this one gets folded like opposite. So these get folded in towards the pattern that you want shown. Okay, so this is going to be it. And then you're going to score this one, or you're going to burnish this one back. I hope that makes sense. So it's going to look like, kind of like this. I hope that's, so it's going to look, you're going to fold this side in and this side kind of, well, I shouldn't say in twice, but this side into the middle here, and then this side around the back. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, so now we're going to take the cover again, and we are going to take side number 2, and I'm going to take my art glitter glue, and you need kind of a fast grabbing glue for this one. So I use art glitter glue. I have on the other one, I did use just plain old Elmer's craft glue, you know, little kids art glue, and that did work fine. There was just a little bit of a drying time on that one. So what you're going to do, I don't know if you can see this. See the score line here, the middle. You are going to put this not right up against it. You're going to leave probably, I would say, a good millimeter of space, and then you're going to push it down. Just you just want a little tiny bit of space, and of course that came up. Let me do it this way. This is easier. Just a little tiny bit of space so that you're not closing it right on the fold line. Okay, so just, oh, if you can, hopefully I can show you that. So see where this is, and that's the fold line. So you just don't want it right on the fold line. And then this one is going this way. So you're gluing this here. All right, we're gluing. So we're gluing this one, and I'm going to flip it around, and we're gluing it down here, and the same millimeter of space in between it, and then line it up, and then push it down. Okay, so then you have something that looks like this. Okay, so you have one folding in and one, so they both fold the same way. So you have it looking like this. And then what you're gonna do with, if you have double-sided paper, this is where this part comes in. Okay, so you're gonna take your, so this is only for double-sided paper. You are going to take that and you are going to glue it right here. Okay, so right there, that's where you're going to glue this little piece. So that's kind of like the spine. Okay, and it just hides these two things. So basically that just hides that. So if you don't have double-sided paper, this is what you need to do. So you need to glue all of these in here, and these do go right up to the score line. Okay, so they're gonna go in like this. So this gets glued. Happy gluing. So I hope everybody's well, and I hope I'm doing this well. Like I said, if not, I'm gonna put this other woman's channel on, and or I'm gonna put her tutorial in the description box so you can see what hers looks like too. So you're gonna butt it right up against so you don't have any white showing. Okay, so that one gets there, a little glue, and then this gets glued down like that's your pocket. That is your pocket. So that gets glued like that. And then that's it. You're just going to be gluing everything together. And then this one goes here. And I'll show you, like, after I glue all this. And I'm just going to glue this one more, and then I'm going to speed it up because you do not need to see me gluing all of this down. So that's it. You're just going to glue these in, and this one actually goes to here. So these go to the first score line here, okay? Because, like I said, this is where this paper comes in, and it's gonna hide that. Okay, so this one does not have it. Okay, so this one does not have a green. This one has a green. Okay, and that comes right up to the fold line. So maybe I won't speed this up so that you can see. I thought about that. After I said I was going to speed it up, I decided against it because you're going to need to see where these kind of get glued. So this one gets glued right to the edge. Okay, so right to the edge there is where this one gets glued. Oh, and that's not Let's see if I have any wiggle room here. Sometimes art glitter glue does not give you wiggle room. And I am also working without my glasses on. So there's that for you. Don't ask me why. I just am working without my glasses. So I'm going to glue this pocket down. Nope. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Glue this pocket down. Okay, and then I am going to glue this pocket down. All right. Like I said, if you kind of know where this is going, you can speed up through this. I won't mind. You can speed up through this. But if you need to know how to glue all this, then hold on. And then we're going to glue this one. Like I said, I don't mind you speeding up through this if you kind of know where this is going. But if you don't, then hang on with me during this gluing process and we will be almost done. So this one is going to get glued right to here. And I did, unfortunately, leave a little bit of white space. And I'll show you how we combat that in a second. I will show you, this is a little bit crooked, so a little bit of wiggle room. I'll show you how we combat the white space on that here in a moment. So we take this and we glue this up, and hopefully that's the end. So there we go. And that is your folder. Done and done. And then when you close it, you're going to close it on these lines that you've scored. So I would burnish those in pretty well, just to make sure it holds. Then I'm going to burnish this really well. And that one folds like this, and this one folds like this, and burnish that in pretty well. So, and then this, I just decided I'm going to cut another piece because I cut this piece, but I do not want this here. I don't want this. So I am going to just cut a small piece, and I might be able to use this. I'm going to be able to use this, and it's just a little snowflake pattern. So that gets glued there. So this is, like I said, about 1 inch and 2 millimeters of space, just enough. And I think it's also going to be determined on how close you put that into your fold line. Like mine's pretty close, so I was able to get away with like 1 inch and 1 millimeter this is. But if you're kind of wider than that, which you really can't be too much wider because then this won't match up. And see how mine is. I'll show you in a second. So I'll show you what I did wrong in a second. I'm going to take my little... So I know I've said this in a couple of other videos, but I'm going to say it again for my new subscribers in case they didn't know. I save my baby wipes and like dry them, like just let them dry. And these are absolutely fabulous for picking up glue. Like seriously fabulous. Look at that. Like it picks up glue so well on your project. So if you are in the habit of using baby wipes to clean up stuff, then you're going to fold this So I will tell you what I did on this. And this is crooked. Okay, so you want to make sure that your second, I guess I shouldn't have folded that yet. I guess you want to say your second signature, whatever, page is completely very close to the line. So I'm going to let that dry before I fold it again, so that just doesn't happen. Okay, so now we have that. So yeah, there's your little book all done. And now I guess the only two other little pieces that you're going to need is for the belly band. So I, for whatever reason, just got super cold, which is really funny because I'm usually never super cold. So I'm over here, by the way. I'm just stepped away from my desk for like 2 seconds to make belly bands. So they are about 3/4 of an inch wide. Yeah, they're about 3. I make mine 3/4 of an inch wide, and they're gonna go, one's gonna go here, and one, let's see if I can fold this yet. And yes, let's see if I can fold it without, and you're gonna need to burnish that again after you get that little. And so one belly band is going here, and then the other one is going, and like I said, this one is 3/4 of an inch. The other one is like 7/8 of an inch. So there's that belly band. And then this is just a little bit bigger. So because I feel like this one is a small page and this one is a big page. So like I said, once again, all the measurements, everything is going to be in the description box. So you won't have to remember any of this. I just wanted to show you kind of how to put it together so you get an idea of what it is supposed to look like. And then that one goes here, and this one's a little bit bigger at 3/4 of an inch. Or I'm sorry, 7/8 of an inch. So this is like 7/8 of an inch, and this is like 3/4 of an inch. So this is just a little bit wider. This is just a little bit wider. And like I said, don't do what I did and like wait for all of this to dry so that this does not happen to you. And make sure you get glue right to the edges. Make sure you get glue right to the edges. So I'm not going to fold that again. I'm going to show you the one that is already done. So I'm going to set this one aside to dry, and I'm going to show you this one that is already done. Okay, so the other one is drying. So I just took some digitals and put them on the front. You can stay with your theme. You can stay with your theme. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff. This actually was part of this Michael's Recollections from last year, this cottage Christmas, and it had some, what am I trying to say? Some, oh, I'm sorry, that was really close. Let's see if I can do this without being super close to the camera. It had some of these cut aparts, and there it was, and I just cut this off and used him. So if you have cut aparts, that's great. Use those on the cover. I tried to keep these, I mean, you can get as fancy as you want with these covers. What I tried to do is, because these are going in my shop, I tried to stay as flat as I could for mailing purposes. So, but you get as fancy as you want on these. And then what's nice about these too is that you can you know, take all the tags out, take the journaling cards out, whatever you're going to put in here. And then you can sew this right into one of your Christmas signatures. So I left enough space here that you can take this little ephemera holder and sew it right into one of your junk journals. So I thought that that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, so these are great for Happy Mail or whatever. And that's what they look like done. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. I hope I wasn't all over the place with it. If you stuck with me this far, thank you so much. Think about subscribing for more tutorials and junk journals. And now it's coming into Christmas time, so I'm going to be doing Merry Mondays. Christmas is not, I shouldn't say it's not my favorite holiday. I do like Christmas. Halloween is definitely by far my favorite holiday. So I'm not going to be doing Christmas all the time. I'm going to try to do it on Merry Monday. So we'll do that. And then maybe sporadically throughout the week. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me. And you guys have a great day. And I'll catch you in the next video.